A remarkable thing has happened over the last year, and I've talked about this a couple times, but it bears repeating. Donald Trump, as we all know, on January 6, 2021, told his supporters at the Ellipse that day, you have to fight like hell and take your country back. That was a direct, in the eyes of many, call to action to his supporters. Since then, and because he's still facing civil lawsuits and a criminal trial over that statement, Trump has figured out a way to tell his supporters what to do without telling them what to do. A great example of that has been with these criminal trials, where Donald Trump can go out there, say a horrible thing about the judge or the prosecutor, not even tell his supporters to do or say anything, and then the death threats flow in. He has trained them so well that all he has to do is say, I don't like this person, and his people, like trained attack dogs, go out and do these horrible things. That brings me to a next question. This is from Shawnee is a Cubs fan 1, who says, if Trump is convicted of any of the charges against him, do you think he will send a distress signal to supporters for help? There's a chance he does. If Trump gets a criminal conviction, if he is convicted of a felony, could he put something on Truth Social like, hey, y'all got to come save me? That's possible. We have seen him do things similar to that in the past, where he says, you have to stand up, you have to fight back. And that has happened a few times since the Capitol riots, so that's not the only example. But typically, they already know what to do. Again, he has trained these people so well that sometimes he doesn't even have to say anything about it, and they go out there and issue the death threats. Another great example of that, the Colorado Supreme Court kicking him off the ballot in the state of Colorado. Before Trump said a single thing publicly about that court decision, what happened? His supporters were already lobbing the death threats. His supporters were already showing up at these people's houses before Trump said a word. So I don't think he has to say anything. I think he knows that they know what to do now. And I'm not saying that all MAGA people are like that, but there's enough of them like that to make this a very real threat and a very real possibility. Because of that, I also think that, the law enforcement agencies, wherever these decisions may come from, they understand that. So on the day when Donald Trump walks into court and the jury says, we have our decision, you're going to see more security around those buildings than you have ever seen in your life. And it will continue that way for weeks or months after that decision comes down. The people that serve on that jury will likely either remain completely anonymous or they will get some kind of security protection. Same thing with the judge, Juan Merchant in this case. Same thing with Alvin Bragg, the prosecutor in the New York trial. So there's going to be a lot of security. There's also going to be a lot of threats. I can promise you, like clockwork, because we know how this works, I'll sit right here after that verdict comes in, probably even during the trial, talking about the threats that are coming in, the bomb threats, because we've already seen them call in bomb threats to delay trials. It will be potential chaos. But hopefully these law enforcement agencies in these areas where it's going to happen understand that this is what these people do, and they have to be prepared for it.